area, but as long as it has some amount of pressure sensitivity, and there's a large amount of debate of whether or not you need whatever the 1024, 2048, anything beyond 512. It's sort of a debate whether or not that pressure sensitivity is really that useful, or whether you'll be able to notice it. And I think as someone who's not a professional, you definitely won't notice it. I think as a hobbyist. What am I doing? All right. Yeah. What's a crap tablet? The bamboo Wacom bamboo? Yeah, I've heard good things about the Galaxy Note. I mean, I really love the idea of getting into um, Android tablets. Even like some of the art software on the iPad is really amazing. But the software selection is really why I want to stick with PC. It's just or Windows based. It's just I feel like the software selection is much stronger for an artist than trying to make it work with an Android device. Cool. Sweet. This guy's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool see him running around. I always love that when the guys you see him actually running around the game after you paint him up. That's one thing I actually really enjoy about the way we have built the characters is they all share the same kind of animation data, or they can, and it's really easy to sort of get them up and running in the game. All right, Mike. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day. And thanks for your support. I got my giant bucket of coffee. Let me turn that on so you can see my bucket of coffee. This is my favorite mug. It's like on the internet, it's like when they have like the giant rabbits. World's biggest rabbit! Of course, we used to have a giant rabbit. Oh, look, just hold it close to the camera. Look at how big this cup of coffee is. And then it gets smaller when you take it out. Whoa. Sorry, I'm just being silly. Well, you can't see it. I shared it. Parents. Yeah, we'll have to fix that for the next time. But not that anyone needs to see my ugly face anyways. Ellen, are you still in here? Oh, what portion of the game takes place with Live Ray compared to Undead? Well, that's some of that is it's kind of a secret. But you're going to be there's a pretty good mix of the game where you're going to be playing as Ray's memories, where you're going to be able to see him as when he's alive. And I won't go into too much detail, but it's a lot of fun, and I think that people will really appreciate the two different perspectives. But it's a good mix. I don't know if it's 50-50. It's probably not going to be that, but there's probably 30% of the game is going to be playing as Ray when he's alive. If I should say that even, I don't know. It's hard to know what we should talk about and not, because we want to spoil anything, but at the same time, people want to know some details about what we're doing, so try to be careful, and then Sean and Chris can smack me when we're done. You mean add everybody from the team into the game? It's possible. I think we have. I doubt that will be in the game. It's possible, but we haven't talked about that. But I know that everyone wants to play as Chris Cobb or see Chris Cobb get his brains eaten, one of the two. I know you can't afford that tier, neither can I. My daughter's college fund can't afford that tier. Oh, that's right, this is like a shoulder pad. I need to make some Road Warrior characters. Oh, that's right. This guy was in. The guy who played Bennett was in Mad Max. Or was it Road Warrior? It was Road Warrior. A second one. I keep forgetting one of the cool features about this software, which is isolate mode. No, which hides everything else except for the layer that you're working on. And it works on groups. Road Warrior. Okay. I didn't know it was Mad Max Road Warrior. Guess that makes sense. It's a great movie, by the way. It's the best one of the trilogy. And I'm fairly excited about the new one. I don't usually watch trailers, but I watched that one recently and I got kind of excited in my pants. In a PG-13 kind of way. You know. Oh, poop. I could add a little bit of more of the I could add a little bit more of the Road Warrior look into this guy, since we're not trying to, specifically portray any character in Raise the Dead. We're just kind of going for, a similar style and feel to some of these characters. So like this guy, maybe I'll give him a ridiculous shoulder pad. I kind of feel like that. Just he needs that. He needs a giant. I mean, because characters, they just need giant ass shoulder pads. I think I'll just, I kind of. What I gotta find a picture of that guy, that character. Someone find that for me, will ya? Sean, the guy from Mad Max that we were just talking about. He's one of the main bad guys, so it's out there, dude. What was his name? Whiz. He's, yeah, he's got the mohawk and stuff. Your link didn't work, dude. Oh, that's a crappy link. Can you send a better one? I'm gonna block you as moderator. Can I remove this link? It's this bad. Another backer, yay! Ling 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 ling. All right, let me go back here. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Got plenty of awesome to do right here. Well, I'm sure the link works. It's just very hideous. I don't like looking at it. Oh, snap. Look at that. Isn't that glorious? What a frickin' badass dude. Jeez, oh man. That is sweet. Yeah, I think I need to give him at least one of these shoulder pads just because. It's so silly. It's so awesome. I love that movie. The bad guys are such badasses, but the good guys are such sandy pants. They're like, they got these. They're so fragile looking. They got these white outfits, and I don't know, man. I just wanted them to lose. They're so sucky. Oh, we got our white pants and our white cloaks. We're the good guys. It's so cheesy. I mean, if it weren't for Mad Max, I would want them to lose. Thank God Mad Max is a badass and made up for the slack. Oops. Yeah, that interceptor. Oh yeah. Oof. Yeah, those big white gloves on that chick. Oh jeez. Oh man. Oh jeez. Oh, look at the guy in the background with his bow. I mean, of course, not everybody can be a hard ass, but jeez, oh man, look at these guys. They're just begging to be rolled over. Yeah. Go away, leave our oil alone. We don't need another hero. We don't need another way home. Someone's gonna have to get that on. All we are is far beyond. Dun-dun-dun. One of my favorite songs ever. I love Tina Turner. She's badass in so many ways. What a badass. We need Tina Turner in our game, please. It's gotta happen. I gotta write that down. Tina Turner in the game. Sean, put it on the wiki now. And then her saxophone player. I gotta tell that to Vert. I gotta be like, dude, we need more saxophone. We need badass saxophone and we need sexy saxophone. Which is kind of repeating myself, but man, we need it. We need it hard. It looks like a wand. She's really gonna mess somebody up with that. So mad. Did she actually have that outfit on in the movie, or is that a production photo? Because I swear to God, I don't remember any one of those guys having. Maybe it was at the very end when they're like, okay, now we're really mad. Hmm? Well, I know, but, well, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it could be like one of those shots where they just have them pose for promotion. But yeah, it's probably from the movie. We may have to tone this back in the game, but we'll see. We're gonna put a cool shoulder pad on him, something like that. Good like that. Oh, another thing we gotta do too here. We'll do this. So he's gonna be kind of like a combo. We're gonna give him like this sort of like. I'm gonna give him the rooster here too. Barf. All right, there we go. Yes, yes, I love it. Talk to me. I love it. I love this. I love this silliness is fun. I'm really enjoying myself. I like to talk to you guys and just do fun stuff. Not enough of that. I love it. Because they're so crappy, Tom. my, I know that I hope that Eric isn't watching because I'm always embarrassed because Eric is the man. I have been lucky enough over the years to work with some of the most amazing artists, and it's really humbling. And like Eric is one of those people, and he is amazing, and having to not only that, he's an awesome friend, and it's hard because I can't be jealous because he's my buddy. I just have to be happy and lucky that I have him as my friend, and so he won't destroy me. But yeah, I've worked with some amazing artists over the years. Just, I guess feel really fortunate because it always pushes me forward. I feel like I'm always inspired when I see my friends' work. It's so awesome. Shoot. Yeah, everybody follow Eric. Also Tom, Trinket Tom, who's on here. One of my buddies and an amazing programmer, and they're making an awesome game that's going to be on Kickstarter in a couple weeks. I'm so excited. They're just really doing some awesome stuff. Great guys. Amazingly talented people. I think that's the best thing about, or one of the best things about sort of becoming an independent developer is in the scene, I guess the independent game development scene now is that, now my heroes and the people that I look up to are no longer kind of these figureheads and strangers. Like in the old days, it was like you always wanted to meet like Miyamoto and, John Carmack, and it's just sort of now those my heroes are the people that I actually know. They're my friends, and it makes everything so much more real. It's awesome. It's really awesome. They're real people. Nice. 3 backers away from 10 backers away from 1,000. That's something to look forward to. I don't like the angle of this shoulder pad now. It's sort of sucky. I don't like it. Doesn't read well. It's like needs to be changed. I mean, it's not sucky, but it's not what I want. I just change it just a little bit. Oh, poop. I'm drawing on the wrong layer. Okay, guys. Oh my word. Here, the internet needs to see my little sweetheart. can't be too loud because of the echoing, but I'm gonna turn this on. My little baby. Okay. Oh my word, who is the cutest little baby on the internet? Sweetie. Oh, my little favorite thing. Oh, you're the best. She just got a bath. Oh, baby, you're so sweet. This is little Phoenix.
Hi, world.
Say hi. Say hi. Hi, hi, hi. She's my side project when I'm not making video games. Yeah. Anyways, bye-bye, babe.
Okay.
Thanks for coming to say hi. Thank you. Yes, she is beautiful, and we enjoy her so much. She's a wonderful little person. Keeps her mom busy. Oh my gosh. So busy. That little girl is crazy. Okay. There we go. Looks like we're getting close to being done here with this guy. I can... Oh, come on. That's one thing I can't stand. So I'll be like, I'll start painting in the shading, and it's like, wait a minute. Oh, see that spot right there? I painted that on the wrong layer. Drives me nuts. Excuse me. need to shorten this guy's arm a little bit. The other thing I don't think is available in Photoshop, and I could be wrong, is that I can transform a selection in a layer group. And so, oh, that's the wrong arm. So I can move, I don't have to move each part of each layer individually. I can do this whole thing, which is pretty good. Also gonna do this. Yeah. Yeah. Swizzle. I think BAPZ05, I think that that's one thing I really like about game development right now as well, is that connection with the fans, and that, you know, people get more of a sense of that the people who are making games, you know, the games don't just get made by magic. You know, there's a lot of sweat, blood, and tears that go into making a game, and connecting the fans with the creators kind of, I think, elevates that and creates a relationship that hasn't existed before, that I really appreciate. I think it gives me a greater appreciation for games, because, you know, you can see more of the personal story that goes into making a game. BAPZ05, Nolan North. I'll just mispronounce everybody's names just to be consistent, I guess. Shoot. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted. Bing, ding. It's got to make that noise. Oh my god, I just totally forgot one of the main parts of this guy. I and it's going to be, I guess, one of the final parts that I'm going to paint on him, is I missed his chainmail. Oh my god, how could I do that? Of course, it's in the main drawing that I did. BAP Z05. BAPS. BAPS. Alright, I gotta do this up. We're almost done with this guy. I might paint something else for a while too if you guys want to stick around. Otherwise, we'll end the stream pretty soon. Let's see. I'm going to add another overlay layer. Let's see. One of the tricky parts of painting the characters for the game has been getting the right balance of detail, because if you get too much going on, it just becomes a lot of noise. And it's nice, I mean, it's nice to paint these guys really, detailed and whatnot, but, in the game they're going to be like this big. So you got to be careful. So the chainmail's got to be a little less detailed than I'd want it to be, obviously. You're going to hang out for us to paint the entire... you definitely, we've talked about this in the past. We definitely want to do more live streams, and always once I get more comfortable with it, I think about doing it more. And so now that we're going to be back in the habit of it a little bit, I think that maybe we'll make it a thing. Again, it always goes back to like, who's watching and what are we showing that may be a spoiler. So I think like maybe the hardcore fans of the game that will be watching don't really care about spoilers, and so they can find out a little bit more about what's going on. Maybe they're interested in, yeah, shoot. Alright, this is stupid. I'm gonna Alright. I should ask if there's any, I mean, I don't know if there's any other game developers in here. I know that Tom was in here. I don't know if there's anybody else in here who are making games. Low Pain. Maybe. We have Special Plans. Did you see, how do you know about Low Pain? Do you remember seeing him in earlier videos, I think, maybe? Oh, this is not going well. First Kickstarter. Yeah, that's right, we showed him as a concept. Yeah, I don't think there's anything from the first Kickstarter that is sort of not still in the game. We're still hashing out a lot of details, and like you guys may have seen, we have Anna Schumann writing with us. She's helping us develop the story and the characters. We had a lot worked out, but we needed someone focused on that aspect of the game to really get it to where it needs to be. So we're basically just improving on what we've had and getting it all to be more of a coherent whole. Drawing chainmail is so stupid. It's I shouldn't say that. It's difficult. It's like in this sort of setting, like how detailed do you draw it? Because the way chainmail intertwines, it's like probably should be just doing something completely different than what I'm doing. That's what I should be doing. I should see where my undo goes. Nope, not enough undo. So I'm going to just wipe this out. Taking it back. Alright. Sometimes you just got to do that. You got to step back and go, alright, this is not going well. It's not going well, let's do something else. That was not going well. Pink. So what I think I'm going to do is paint in the background here. A darker background this time. Okay. Now we'll see something more, I'll do something a little bit more gestural rather than this sort of specific actual chainmail. We'll just kind of do more of a suggestion of chainmail. I don't like that. I really should get a picture of chainmail so that I'm kind of a little bit more accurate than I'm being. This would be one of those times where I should have another window opened up so I can see the chainmail as I'm painting it. There might be a dancing scene. I don't know if it would be an 80s inspired game without a dancing scene. I mean, not promising anything, but you know what I'm saying. I just did. See, our fans know what's up with the 80s. They know that you gotta have dancing scene, you gotta have sexy saxophone, you gotta have nerds, you gotta have jocks. Alright, we're getting there. This is just not that easy, I guess. So we'll just keep plugging along. This is one of those times that it's not very impressive to watch me work because it's sort of, you see how imperfect the process can be. But we'll get there. It might not be that entertaining, but we'll get there. Oh yeah, highlights to save the day. Woof. Nice. All right. Highlights to save the day. Hair metal. We got to have some hair metal, of course. And Jake is down with that. We're gonna have some synth pop, hair metal, some heavy metal, some punk rock. What else are we missing? Oh yeah, oh definitely. Some really awkward rap. But oh, Zumbas. Zubas. I got a character I gotta draw that's got Zubas on it. Yeah, dude. Zubas. But you gotta have the muscle bound guy jocks on the beach and in Zubas, and then the girls in Daisy Dukes. Huh? I think so. If I'm not mistaken. I think they're called Zubas. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Fill me in. Correct me if I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. People still wear those things, so. Oh yeah, right. I remember that. Get a picture of someone wearing a Zubas, and we did. Oh my god. One of the most embarrassing things. Man. Oops, shoot. Sometimes this brush is a little bit smooshy. It's a little bit too smooshy. So I gotta go in and clean it up a little bit. The smoosh. Save me from the smoosh. Go in and fire a little bit of that in there. Fire it in there. Some happy trees. I hope it's because they're watching me paint. Come on by, guys. Come on by and share in the joy. Share in the joy. I think this chainmail's turned out. It's turned out. It's not perfect, but I'm happy. It's turned out. This guy's about wrapped. Just about. Maybe I'll make a couple of facial expressions for him. Oh, I gotta paint his lower. Oh, shoot, I gotta paint the lower area. It's always something, you know? It's always something. I mean, I love the 80s. Dude, bad guy wearing the chainmail shirt. How not tough is that? It's so ridiculous. Oh, man. I don't know, man. Probably the last level. Or I know where he can go. Maybe. There's a little place in my heart for everybody. That's right, the top secret level. No, that's not true. There's things in levels that we have planned. Not too many loops. I don't know, man. I kind of reached out to them, but I haven't seen if there's any Krita fans. Is there? Am I, preaching, or just preaching out in the wilderness? Well, that's good, and I'm going to continue that. But I need to contact the actual Krita Foundation and see if they'll do an interview with us and make sure that people know that we're doing stuff. They do. They do want to know. I mean, but I obviously tweeting at them hasn't actually been doing anything, which is kind of sucky. But I know that they have an email address that they want people to reach out to them at, so I will do that. This bottom part is not as awesome. Oh my goodness, I think I'm going to have to go use the bathroom. And save my baby. Or my wife, I'm not sure which. Alright guys, I'm going to go take a break for a second. I'll be back 5 minutes. I will leave you with this. And I will leave you with this, our backer, Shannon. I'll be back in a minute.
Hello, internets. This is Sean. I'm not going to touch Matt's stuff because he uses a tablet and I don't know how to move his stuff around. This is what I sound like. I hope you're getting your fill. Does anyone have any questions while I'm actually talking? Oh, Adventures of Pip. Cool. Well, that would be great. We'll take anyone and everyone. Every time I read the word GameSpot, I always say GameStop out loud. Does anyone else do that? Twitch integration. I think we don't have to worry about that as far as PS4. I think that's just part of the PS4 set up, but I will look into that. I know that that's something we'll want to support. So what do you guys think? Does that look like Shannon? I think he does a pretty good job. Dead Nations. Okay, I will do that. I'll make a note. One of the things I don't think he talked about yet is that he also paints the backside of the characters so that as they're moving around in the game, they move away from the camera, you can see the back of their heads and the back of their chests and everything. It's pretty cool. Of course, we're not going to make Shannon send us pictures of the back of his head, though. Oh, I know what you're talking about with the Twitch thing, where they, yeah, I've heard some interviews with those developers, and they were talking about it. I'm not sure we're going to be doing that. That seems like a pretty involved technical hurdle. Chris does a lot of the background art. Matt and Chris share making a lot of the models. Chris does, I think, almost all of the terrain um, and the lighting. And I know they share doing a lot of the 3D models like trees and cars and garbage cans and like all the things that will populate the world. So Chris is telling me to remind everyone that during the campaign, he will also be doing a stream of some of the artsy level types things that he does. Yeah, he also, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear Chris or not, but he's also reminding me that he'll lay out a scene. He does a lot of the design level layouts, some of the specific level logic in a Unity plugin we use called Playmaker. So he'll be streaming some of that too. 991 backers, that's awesome. Wow. Getting close to 1,000. That'd be really great. So Matt's refueling. I can hear him crunching some calories behind me. Yeah, the next stream now that we've got this one under our belt, we'll have all the technical hurdles, wrinkles and stuff ironed out ahead of time. And then we're hoping to have like the camera overlay so you can see our goofy faces too. All right, Matt's ready. He's going to jump back in the pilot seat here. I will see you in the chat room.
Hi guys. Thanks, Sean. Got a little snack, some more coffee. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. I really enjoy doing this, so it's not any sort of chore for me. Especially now I'm a little, the jitters are gone, I guess. I can't talk, so apparently they're not all the way gone. No. What am I doing here? I see what I'm doing. Okay. Eight backers away! Oh my god, guys, we're so excited. 8 backers from 1,000. That is really cool. It's really awesome to know that there's that many people who are excited about what we're doing. I should say, as excited as we are about what we're doing. I'm sure you guys, know from the fact that we've been, working on this for so long, but this game is a labor of love for us, and something we've been working our butts off on for the last year. Make something that you guys are going to be totally excited about. You see, let me erase this guy. No. Do this. Trinket Tom, how's your Kickstarter video going? I know you guys have been working your butts off to get that done. Really appreciate that link that you shared with us. That fire that you guys are doing is very similar to kind of what we were thinking about, and having a good example of that is nice. I didn't get to read your doc yet, so I don't know to what detail you guys describe. I'm sure that Eric wrote something really awesome and insightful and thoughtful. Zing, zing, zing. Yeah, Tom. So you guys are working hard to get that footage. I know that Chris busted his ace to get the footage together for Kickstarter. I don't think that anybody really realizes like how much much effort goes into capturing just the right footage for your game and to make it. I mean, so that people can see how cool it is, and because there's so much going on, like the AI doing its own thing. In our game too, you've got the zombies are doing their own thing, the bad guys are doing their own thing. You got particles, you got camera shakes, you got all this stuff that you got to line up and make sure it looks good, and Chris really busted his hump to get that stuff together for our video. He really killed it. I mean, Chris is the reason that we have a sweet video for our Kickstarter. Can't take any credit for that. I want to be done with this chainmail. I want to be done with it. It makes my head hurt. It makes my head hurt. And when my head hurts, I start saying things that people don't want to hear. You won't like it when I'm angry. I don't know how many of you guys know this, but Chris and I just moved our families across the country to make sure this game gets done. We pulled up our roots from Chicago, put all of our lives in the truck, and moved to Beverly. No, not quite. We moved to Dallas, Fort Worth area to be where Sean's at, our programmer. And Chris and I and our family are sharing a big house, and that's where our office is as well. It's kind of crazy, but it's been working out because we got to make it happen. We got to make the sacrifice. It's been pretty challenging. Chris doesn't like it when I leave my underwear in the bathroom on the floor. But he'll get used to it. In time. They all do. What? Shoot. Just being silly. I'm doing, got to add some shock value to the discussion. Keep people talking. Keep people backing. Those Raise the Dead guys, they're crazy. they be crazy. I feel like watching an 80s horror film tonight. Does anyone have any recommendations? We've seen a lot of them. We've seen a lot of them. Actually, I was thinking about that. I wouldn't mind having like a movie watching party. If people would, I don't know how that works. I don't want to get sued for public display of movies because, such a terrible thing. But I'd love to do that. I think that's would be a really fun thing. I know that like Xbox had something like that, but I don't have Xbox Live Gold. This is why. But oh my god, I keep messing this up. I haven't seen my chats in a while. I gotta look at the chats. Yeah, Night of the Living Dead. I mean, I really actually I want to kind of see Return of the Living Dead Part 2 because I heard it's terrible, but it's like pretty funny how bad it is. I haven't ever seen the whole thing. I've only seen little snippets of that one. Return of the Living Dead is classic. Hellraiser, seen that recently. Haven't seen Hellraiser 2, and I kind of don't want to because they're. I mean, I kind of want to see it for the schlock value, but they're after the first one. I don't know. I've seen a number of them. They're just pretty bad. I mean, I guess that's part of the charm is how terrible they are. Just like all the redonkulous. What do you call them? Cenobites, like the guy with a CD sticking out of his head. I mean, come on. Who thought that was scary? I got CDs sticking out of my head. What was that, Sean? Yeah, that's a staple. I've seen that one probably 3 times in the last year, so I don't need to see that one again. Phantasm 2 is pretty good. Was surprised at how good it was. But it was no Phantasm 1. Poltergeist, saw that within the last 6 months. Watched that outside, actually. We had a movie night with our friends. And a bunch of the younger guys, younger people, were like, this movie's not very good at all. It's not scary at all. And it's, you know what? Movie's classic, guys. Yeah, no, that's one that I haven't seen in a long time. A little Chucky. I should play that one for my daughter so she'll stay in line. Yeah, I think there's got to be room for a possessed doll in our game. I mean, doesn't there? Doesn't there need to be? I mean, for the sake of the children. All right. All right, I'm making a smushy mess of this over here. So I'll just smush it up, but I'm gonna go in and clean it up. But sometimes I just gotta just smoosh it up a bit. I'll just go in here. Oh, that's right. I remember what movie I wanted to watch with people. One that we wouldn't get in trouble for. Oh yeah, Reanimator's awesome. I really was. I hadn't seen that movie. I saw that movie for the first time like last year, and I was blown away at how cool it is. I had always just kind of not. I don't know. Didn't really know much about it. It always kind of seemed like one of those cheesy movies, and it turned out to be fantastic. One of my newer favorites. I was gonna say I want to watch White Zombie, which is an old movie, and it's one of the first zombie movies. And it is in the public domain, so we could watch it and not get in trouble with anybody, and I like that. So, and it's really pretty cool. I mean, actually had been working on Raise the Dead for a while before I saw White Zombie, but I was happily surprised to see how many things that we're doing in Raise the Dead kind of are echoed in that movie, or vice versa, I should say. Raise the Dead kind of echoes some of the things in White Zombie, which is a pretty awesome movie, especially considering when it was made. Alright, that's enough of that. I'm done with the. Whew. God. Turned out, though, it's pretty good. It could use a little sweetening up, but I think I'm done. I can't do it anymore. A couple more highlights here. I should just have Eric paint it for me. What's that, Sean? Yeah. The delay is weird. Shining, yeah, it's about time for the Shining pretty soon. But Shining to me is one that I gotta wait for Halloween. That one's perfect for Halloween. I gotta wait on that one. All right, let's see. Anything else we gotta do with this guy? I don't think so. I think he's pretty wrapped. Maybe I'll just. I might as well continue to refine it for the next 15 minutes. I was gonna go. I was gonna show you guys something else, but probably won't. Maybe I'll do a little bit on his face here. Um, let's see. Oh. Dark Punk, what is the thing that makes you most excited about this game? already did already did more than $1. Well, that's good. Yeah, it's a really fun part of the game, turning people into zombies. It's really awesome aspect of the game, and we're looking forward to all of the cool things that you're going to be able to do with the zombies when you add them to your army. 'Oh yeah. Um, oh man, who's here? Oh, Anna, you made it. Um, 5 day one DLCs. I don't think so. um, we have some interesting ideas for other stories related to Raise the Dead, but they're not they're doing anything like you only get part of the game up front. It would Any kind of DLC we're going to do is going to be short. I would call them like shorts. I think that the Octodad guys are doing that additional little stories that go complement the main game. I was reminded to let you guys know that Jake Kaufman is going to be doing a live stream during the Kickstarter where he's going to compose a song live, and that's going to be amazing. I think everybody's going to want to be there for that. I think we'll get half the internet, at least the best half of the internet, on our stream that day. Um, I'm not so sure that it will go that well, actually, now that I think about it, because he's going to be done in like 5 minutes. The guy is insane. How much work that he does. He's just one of the most prolific people, the most energetic people that you'll ever meet. I mean, I am almost, embarrassed by his ability to crank out the work, because it's just it's dwarfs what I'm capable of, and wow, that guy is insane, and his work is amazing too. It's not just he does a lot; he does a lot of high quality, cool stuff. So we're really excited about that. Seven backers to go. Yeah. Hey, Anna, I wanted to let you know that I had Chris leave the room because I know that you're not pleased with him. I don't know, Chris. I'm being silly. This last night's fake kerfluffle. So I don't know who is new to the room or not, or new to the chat, but I've been painting this character for Raise the Dead, and he's based on the likeness of a few characters. And also, the face is from a backer of ours. It's Shannon Harrison, who backed at the $500 pledge level. And the body and the rest of the character is based kind of loosely on Bennett from Commando, as well as, what was his name? Chaz? Or no, that's Wes. Sorry, Wes from the Road Warrior. No, Road Warrior. Mad Max 2. We're going to go back and forth on this. So, we're getting close to being wrapped up here. I'm pretty happy with how things have turned out. It's been a lot of fun. Just doing a little bit of finalizing. Things. I hope that Shannon got to hang out for quite a while today and see what his $500 has wrought, and I hope he's pleased with that. I think it's going to be exciting to see him in the game. Like I mentioned earlier, I get excited every time a new character goes into the game. Just adding more and more life to our world. Let's see, I promised you guys I was going to do another mouth. So we'll do something with that too. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. It's fun. It's fun. I can see him swinging his knife. It's a pretty good sized pig sticker. 6 backers left. What? Welcome, backers. Copy of this pic. Sure, why not? Maybe. No, it's digital and it's mine. Yeah, cool. So let's see. I'm gonna quick do the mouth. This will be this guy. I gotta look for some ridiculous pictures of Bennett to see what Bennett's. I know that he just makes all kinds of ridiculous faces in that movie. He's got that very expressive mouth. Oh man. Oh yeah, I gotta do this one. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh man. Oh come on, what happened there? How you guys like that one? Or this one here? It's awesome. Oh noes. I don't know if Shannon would make that face, but oh snap! I'm gonna do like this one. It's good stuff. Makes me laugh. Of course, whenever I go and like I was saying earlier, anytime I go to add something new, I usually switch to my garish red brush and draw over top of stuff, and I can just see it better. I love this bottom lip. He's got this. Oh my god, and his teeth are so ridiculous too. Oof. I'm gonna see if I get Shannon to do some faces for me, so I can do his official. Oh poop! What did I do there? Okay, I gotta move that to here. To draw on them? That's a weird question. I don't quite understand it. What do I draw? What do I like to draw on them? Like, oh, well, I guess. I mean, in our game, the faces of the characters take the main stage as far as the things that you see, and so I really enjoy drawing the faces the most. Um, but yeah, I guess I would have to go with the faces if that's what the question is. Um, and that's where that's what you see the most in this game. I guess that's what I just said, but because their heads are so big. Or a tablet. It's pretty difficult to draw like this without a tablet. You The pressure sensitivity is the biggest reason, but it's also very difficult to draw. Um, well, just to control a mouse in that way. I know there are people who do, but not very many. I would just say a small fraction of artists use just a mouse. It's definitely a rarity. All right. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day because I always need to have a good answer for that. Um, oh yeah, who's someone asked who the inspiration is for the art style. Well, for the characters, I would say Invader Zim was one of the earliest. Invader Zim and Ren and Stimpy, I would say, those kind of those cartoons particularly. Um, John Crofalcus. I mean, their ridiculous eyes and mouths. They're you know oversized heads and kind of irreverent tone. Is sort of definitely those would be the main inspirations, I guess. If I'd put my finger on them. Yeah, that one we actually have a good answer for. Um, Early on, we knew that. Sorry. So sorry about that. The question that is why did we pick this particular art style for the characters for Raise the Dead? And the answer for that would be um, because early on we knew that the camera point of view was going to be this sort of overhead, kind of higher up, three-quarter view. Um, and since the camera was going to be a little bit further away, we wanted the players to still kind of recognize their characters from a distance, and so making their heads have that larger nature and larger features, we thought would really um, help for the visibility of the characters. So that was the reason. That's a good question. Um, yeah, I will. Jerk. Um, yeah, it's not one that I'm completely able to answer. The question is, what kind of support do we get from, or let's see, what is it? Sorry, what was the question? It's what is? Wasn't it also how hard is it to get on the PlayStation or no? Okay, well, what kind of work goes into getting a game on PS4, and kind of support are we getting from Sony? Well, things have changed quite a bit in the last 5 years as far as the ability to get a game on a console. It's now, relatively speaking, much easier than it used to be. Um, there aren't as many technical requirements, so largely we have to have a game engine that runs on the PlayStation platform, which we are using Unity, and that's one of the biggest hurdles. Is that is technically getting it to run on the platform. It used to be many thousands of dollars to be able to get a development kit to be able to test, debug, and program your game for a console. Let's see. So it's much easier now, and we will have to go through Sony's TRC testing where they have certain requirements, technical requirements for the game that it has to meet before they'll release it, just so that the game lives up to the quality of Sony game. But those are relatively minor things. So all in all, it's not as much work as it used to be. Um, let's see. As far as the support that we're getting from Sony, um, it's many. I mean, it's sort of a common thing that people think that we're being published or funded by Sony, and that's not the case. They there are we're kind of they're a partner in helping us promote the game. So um, they're helping us by um, letting us show our game at trade shows and talking about our game on their different, I mean, allowing our game to be on the Sony PlayStation store, the PSN store, and helping us by doing announcements for the game. So in that way, they're being very helpful in helping us promote and grow visibility for our game. Um, yeah, I don't know anything else, guys. Anything other comments as far as that goes? Right. So that would be the short answer. Right. So that's a good point, Chris. So as far as support from Sony, that's a very good point. I had mentioned that it was very expensive in the past to get dev kits to to test and develop your game on a platform. Well, that is one thing now that Sony has provided us and other developers is dev kits for no cost. Um, and that's super exciting, and it makes um, developing the games for platform for Sony consoles much more affordable for us to do. I mean, it used to be like $25,000 for a dev kit, and you'd basically sign away your life. You had to have a big name publisher behind you as well. I mean, just because we had money in the past, we still couldn't have had the opportunity to get our game anywhere near a console. So yeah, so indie montage showing all the different games, not kind of highlighting anyone in particular. I mean, I don't mind it too much because I mean, partly is that either way it's stacked, I guess. If we're shown with a bunch of really good games, that helps us. I think that puts us in a good category, and if we're shown with a bunch of bad games, I think that also is fine because then we're going to shine. I think as a one of the cooler titles. I mean, yeah, I think that we would want to have our own time in the spotlight, but I think that as a small developer, we'd rather be in an indie montage than in not at all, anything at all. So. I think I might want to not make his lips so red. What do you think? Yeesh. Color to experiment. Well, I kind of decided that I like a deep sky blue. I don't know about experimenting with colors, but that's I like long walks on the beach. Um, I like romantic candlelit dinners. I don't know. That was just yeah. I That's a silly answer, but that's about as close as you're gonna get to an answer on that. Uh, there's no silly questions. Well, I suppose there are silly questions. No.